What's up, everybody? Good evening. I know I'm a little late with this video. I usually get it out a little bit earlier, but I didn't have a chance until now. We got an injury report for the Seahawks. It's going to be a simulated one because we didn't actually have a full practice today. It was just a walkthrough. Nevertheless, worth going over to kind of understand where the starting point is before we actually get into actual practice. So, Brady Henderson's got the latest. And we also have a report from the Titans. That's actually going to take a while to get through. But here is the report from the walkthrough, starting with the DNPs. Let's just zoom in a little bit here. You can see that we got 6 guys, pretty significant. We got Eskridge, who at this point, he's kind of becoming a whatever because he barely plays even when he is healthy. But the fact that this ribs injury has lingered this long tells you all you need to know about D. Eskridge, I guess. These next 3, we got Ken Walker the third, shoulder injury, which is new. Not likely to be something that keeps him out of a game, but it is just another thing that he has to deal with. And Walker's a player who didn't really have any injuries of any significance in college, it felt like. And ever since he's got to the NFL, it's been one thing after the other with him. So frustrating for sure, but I don't think it's going to be anything that keeps him out of these upcoming games. And the way he played on Monday night, we very clearly need him. So hopefully there's nothing real there. Jamal Adams did not participate with a knee injury. Carroll actually already indicated that they may have to shut him down for the season because of the injury. Now, that is obviously going to invite some alternative theories. If they do shut him down, there are going to be plenty of people who think that it's just a smokescreen and they're actually shutting him down because he's not playing well, and that he's a cancer, he's a this, he's a that, he's the other thing. So that's definitely going to happen if that's the way this goes. But Tuesday, Carroll sounded very confident that Adams would play against the Titans. Now he doesn't. So a little bit of murkiness there for sure. So at this point, I don't really know what to expect. Yeah, the trying to interpret what Pete Carroll says when it comes to injuries is usually difficult. And obviously, at this point, I don't think anybody's going to be all that sad if Adams can't go against the Titans or any team we play the rest of the season. It's just not working. And then you've got Devin Witherspoon, hip injury. Carroll did say that he's a lot better this week, so that's encouraging. But I don't know what we're going to get from him this week, if anything. The Titans don't exactly have the most fearsome wide receiver core, I suppose. So if he can't go, it's not the end of the world, but we want him. Last 2 don't seem to really matter. Julian Love, I believe his wife gave birth today, so he was not in practice for a personal reason. It's a very good reason. And Quandre Diggs resting makes sense. These older players are probably starting to run out of gas here at the end of the season, and Diggs has played almost every snap this year, so you got to take care of that. But yeah, so pretty substantial. We got some key players here, some important players not practicing or simulated to not be practicing. Limited participation. We got a couple guys here. Bradford. Obviously, Bradford isn't playing particularly well lately, but I do wonder if the injuries that have been nagging him all season are having a very negative effect on him. The fact that he can never seem to shake the weekly injury report is not a particularly good indication. So definitely a little bit concerned about Bradford. But he is limited, so I expect that he'll play. We need him for at least one more week, it looks like, because I don't think Haynes can come back until the Steelers game, and he might not even be ready to come back then. So Bradford, limited. Belor, limited after missing all the practice last week, so he should be fine. Not that I think anybody will really be concerned about that because he barely plays. Jordan Brooks, limited. Good sign. I think last week he started the week out, so the fact that he's limited now, very encouraging. Trey Brown, limited. Another encouraging sign. He obviously played this most recent week. He played the whole game, but he has been dealing with some injury stuff over the last couple weeks. So trending in the right direction if he starts the week as a limited participant. And then you've got Leonard Williams with the ankle injury, but again, that's more of a veteran thing than anything else. He's an older player. We're trying to take care of him. We're trying to slow roll it, kind of. So limited participation is totally fine. So all these guys should be good to go by game day unless things trend in the wrong direction. So feeling pretty good about all that. Full participation, Abe Lucas. He seems to have kind of worked himself back into a place that is close to 100%. But the big news here, Geno Smith. Carroll already said Geno's going to play against the Titans, and today he was simulated to be a full participant. So Geno Smith looks like he's back, looks like he's healthy, looks like he can do what he needs to do, and it looks like we're going to have him against the Titans. So that's good to hear for sure. And that's really about it for the Seahawks side of things. We got some stuff to work through, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, it is nothing, and I do mean nothing, compared to what the Titans are going through over on their side. So we're going to pop over there in just 1 second, but just to quickly recap what you see on screen. Just going to scroll through it all over again, and now we're going over. Jim Wyatt has the Titans injury report from earlier today, and as you can see, it is very long and kind of bleak for a good chunk of these players. So, zooming in here, well, zooming out rather. Where do we start? You've got offensive linemen Daniel Brunskill and Aaron Brewer, ankle injuries. They didn't practice, so that damages their depth on the offensive line. Traylon Burks, now he's sick, so he'll probably be back for the game, but he's obviously by a pretty wide margin, their most important receiver at this point, and that's not necessarily a huge compliment being paid to him because he hasn't been great so far in the NFL, but they are very, very thin at the receiver spot. Jack Gibbons, linebacker, and Luke Gifford, linebacker, both did not practice, so that damages their depth. Amani Hooker, who's been one of their key safeties after trading Kevin Beard to the Eagles earlier this year, he did not practice. So that's a very important part of that defense gone. You've got Will Levis with an ankle injury. We kind of knew. I think we were all kind of assuming Will Levis does not play this week because the injury he had against the Texans looked so bad. So we're probably getting Tannehill, but Levis did not practice. TK McClendon did not practice with a shoulder. Sean Murphy-Bunting, that's a guy who actually has had a pretty decent NFL career. Hip did not practice. Kyle Phillips, he might matter a little bit because of their other receiver injuries. Hamstring, did not practice. Jeffrey Simmons, one of their best players and one of the better interior defensive linemen in the league. I think he's missed a couple games now, but he didn't practice today either. So you have to wonder about his availability. Kevon Wallace with a quad injury. He's important because of the Kevin Beard trade and the Amani Hooker injury potentially. Did not practice with a quad. Tevon Wesco. Some of these guys are just depth guys, obviously, but did not. That could end up mattering in a game like this when you have this many injuries. Didn't practice. And Nick Westbrook, I think he went on IR today. He just hasn't shown up on the injury report yet that he's on IR. Did not practice with a hand injury. So, in all likelihood, their weak wide receiver core is going to be even weaker. Now, they are going to have DeAndre Hopkins, it looks like, because he was a rest today, limited participation. He was just resting. They're also going to have Danico Autry, it looks like, because he was just resting today, limited participant. And Josh Weil was a full participant, so not really concerned about that if you're a Titans fan. But yeah, this is 14 players that did not practice today, and some of them are just depth guys, but some of them really aren't. So we're not even going to be playing a full-bore Tennessee Titans team this week, it looks like. We'll see where things go over the week, but this does not look good for the Titans. All right, see you guys later. Go Hawks. I'll be on Twitch later tonight doing more Max Payne 2. Shouldn't be too long after the upload of this video, actually, so maybe I will see you guys there.